I'm here on my magical thing with Alexander Cummins, who I know as consultant sorcerer, diviner, writer, speaker, teacher, with a doctorate in history, specifically the magic of the 17th century. Is that right? Sort of that kind of period of time? Al, it's lovely to have you here on my magical thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here. I've really enjoyed the episodes I've watched so far, and the wonderful people you've been chatting to.
Well, you're just another one of those wonderful people, Al. Please, may we see your magical thing?
You certainly may. Yeah, I keep it in this mysterious bag of mysteries. These are my tools for divining in the Oracle of Geomancy. They are referred to as Geomancy sticks. If you can see those there, they have. Try and show them off a little more. They have two lines on one side. We might be able to see that, and they have one line on the other side. So see that there. Oh yeah. So I have 4 of these, and these are the tools I use to cast Geomancy, to set shield charts, and to divine for myself, friends, family, and clients. They are purple heartwood. They were a gift from my good friend Jesse Hathaway Diaz, who I do the Radio Free Golgotha podcast with. They were made by Carl Ferret of Rare Earth Designs, I believe, who collects different woods and makes wands and various other accoutrements with them. They have served me well many years now. I take them pretty much everywhere. One of the many reasons I love Geomancy is that it is very much a pocket oracle. You can do it. There is a technique that's done with coins, specifically in pubs that I've found. But you can generate it from any odd or even number, which is the kind of the beauty of it. So you can do augury with it. It's as a system, if people aren't familiar, it's very much like the I Ching, but it uses 4 broken and unbroken lines rather than 6, which means that there are only 16 figures rather than 64 hexagrams to remember. So it's a little more concise, but you can pull out a great deal of nuance and detail in a reading from the kind of emergence of how these 16 figures talk to each other. And so they've been really useful to me as a way of helping people, do the things that they do with divination, navigating difficulties and and securing blessings as well, right? If there's good news coming, there's stuff you can do with that. And one of the things that particularly interests me about asking people about their divination tools is when a divination tool starts to be used for kind of operative sorcery, like when you've turned over that sun card and it's exactly the card you wanted, and so you put it on your altar as well, and you start working that card. A good friend of mine, Texan conjure worker, Professor Charles Porterfield, has a whole class which is partly dedicated to the idea that the card that you turn over as a significator is also like a magical link. Now you can now work that like for yourself or for others, and that's as maybe not as good as like a lock of hair or some other personal concern, but it is a magical link to them. And so that interplay of where your tools become a means to secure the things that you want to happen and to try and avoid the things that you don't want to happen. So these purple heartwood sticks have been washed in an awful lot of different things. They've been oiled in clarity oil before every reading, and they've built up like a patina now. So every reading I've done has been like a little cutting steps up the mountain to get a bit better at using them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that magical thing and that kind of that sense of like the gradual practice and the way that divination kind of flips into spellcraft, operative magic, whatever we call it. That's fantastic. Have you got a favorite geomantic figure?
Oh gosh, Albus at the moment at least. Yeah, definitely. That is. Oh, you can do gang signs with them as well, which is really fun. So Albus is they're all 4 lines, right? But Albus is 2 dots, 2 dots, 1 dot, 2 dots. Right. It's also occasionally another hand gesture. That is a figure of calm, scholarly focus, ingenuity, industry. It is the white of the lab coat, the white of the hair of the sage. It is Mercury as archivist, as librarian, as scholar, and so it is generally very calm. It has a little bit of a reputation as the kind of Vulcan figure in the Star Trek sense, not the Hephaestus sense, being a little bit unemotional. But if you get Albus started on something that it loves to nerd out about, it can get incredibly passionate.
Al, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your amazing magical thing. Peace out.
Well, thank you for having me. Yep, peace out. See you soon.
Thanks a lot. Bye.